Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best travel laptops.
Starting at number 5.
Microsoft Surface Go. If you need something compact to browse the web or answer emails on the go, get the Microsoft Surface Go 3, 2021, a 10.5-inch tablet PC with a built-in kickstand and a detachable keyboard. It's super compact, and its battery lasts a little over 7 hours of light use. Its FHD Plus display looks very sharp, gets bright enough to combat glare, and supports pen input. You get an excellent 1080p webcam, a second back-facing camera, and a facial recognition IR camera for quick logins. Like all Microsoft 2-in-1 tablets, you must buy the keyboard and stylus separately. The keyboard is worth getting, as it's much more comfortable to type on than an on-screen keyboard, and it protects the screen from scratches. The Surface Go 3 is available with an Intel Pentium Gold or Core i3 CPU. They perform well enough for this tablet PC's intended use, which is to say simple tasks like web browsing, emails, and video playback, but don't expect to do anything remotely intensive. If your budget allows, it's worth upgrading the memory to 8 GB, as you'll get a much smoother experience with fewer slowdowns when multitasking. Port selection is limited. You only get a USB-C, a headphone jack, and a proprietary Surface Connect charging port.
Coming at number 4.
Lenovo IdeaPad Slim. The Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3i Chromebook 14, 2023, is the best travel laptop we've tested with a budget-friendly price. This 14-inch model is a great option if you only need a portable device to browse the web or get some light work done while on the go. It feels decently well built for the price, sporting an aluminum and plastic chassis, and its battery life is outstanding at around 12 to 13 hours. You get Wi-Fi 6E, a surprisingly excellent 1080p webcam, and a decent port selection with 2 USB-As, 1 USB-C, and an HDMI. The keyboard feels spacious but a tad mushy, and unfortunately, the touchpad is small and sometimes unresponsive. While there are many CPU and display configuration options available, we recommend getting a Core i3 model with 8 GB of RAM and a 1080p IPS display, which you can regularly find on sale for about $400 to $500 via Lenovo. The N100/N200 models with 4 GB of RAM are likely fine if you only use the laptop to access the internet and want to pay as little as possible. Just know that you'll experience more frequent stutters and slowdowns when multitasking. Lastly, remember that Chrome OS is limited in the type of applications you can install, so make sure you can do everything through a Chrome browser or Android app.
At number 3.
HP Pavilion Arrow. If you want a more affordable mid-range option, check out the HP Pavilion Arrow 13, 2024. Available with AMD Zen 4 CPUs, this 13-inch ultra-portable can easily handle general productivity tasks like web browsing and spreadsheets, as well as more demanding workloads like programming. It only comes with 16 GB of soldered RAM, which is both good and bad, as you don't have to spend more money to upgrade from the measly 8 GB found in most base models, but you also can't get more or add more later. As for the display, you can choose between an FHD Plus or QHD Plus IPS panel. Both get bright enough to provide good visibility in well-lit settings. The biggest difference between this model and the more premium models mentioned above is build quality. Its chassis, a mix of aluminum and plastic, exhibits a fair amount of flexing, and the device as a whole feels hollow. Additionally, the finish is prone to scratches even from regular, everyday use. The keyboard feels spacious, albeit a tad fatiguing over an extended period of use, and the touchpad is responsive but makes some actions like dragging and dropping hard to perform. Its 1440p webcam supports Windows Hello facial recognition, allowing you to log in quickly and avoid typing your password in public areas.
Number 2 of my list.
Apple 2024 MacBook. If your workload includes lighter tasks like text processing, web browsing, spreadsheets, and video playback, get the Apple MacBook Air 13, 2024, instead. It's also a high-end model that provides a premium user experience, However, its base M3 SoC doesn't have as much processing power as the M3 Pro or Max variants, so you aren't overpaying for performance you don't need. While its IPS panel isn't as impressive as the Apple MacBook Pro 14, M3, 2023, S120Hz mini LED display, it's still pretty and bright enough for outdoor use. The main drawback is the port selection, which comprises two USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports. These support two external displays, but only if you close the laptop's lid. A Windows alternative would be the HP Spectre X36014, 2024. Though slightly bulkier and heavier than the MacBook Air, this 14-inch model still fits easily into most bags. As its name implies, this is a 2-in-1 convertible, which means you can flip the screen around and use it as a tablet. Its 120Hz 2.8K OLED display also supports pen input if you want to take handwritten notes or draw, though you may have to buy the stylus separately, depending on the retailer. You get Wi-Fi 6E, a 4K webcam, and a wider port selection with multi-display support. Two things to know about: the display doesn't get as bright as the MacBook Airs, so visibility won't be as good in well-lit settings or outdoors in broad daylight, and the screen flickers at 480 Hz, which might bother those sensitive to flickering.
And number 1.
Apple 2023 MacBook. The best travel laptop we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 14, M3, 2023. This 14-inch workstation has nearly everything you could ask for in a premium model: a sturdy all-metal chassis, a compact design, tons of processing power, and a long battery life. It sports a bright 120Hz mini LED display, a spacious keyboard, and a gigantic, easy-to-use haptic touchpad. The display is suitable for color work, as it has full DCI-P3 coverage and superb factory calibration. Its 1080p webcam is excellent, so your colleagues can see and hear you clearly on video calls. New in this generation of MacBook Pro is the addition of a base M3 model, similar to the discontinued 13-inch model with Touch Bar. This can be a great option if you don't need all the processing power but still want the Pro features, like the display and up-firing speakers. The main downside is that the RAM and storage aren't user-replaceable, and upgrading them increases the total cost considerably.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.